Welcome inside the McVan O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink here in Peabody, Massachusetts. Once again, I am Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV, bringing you live Tanner girls ice hockey action. This game being the 20th and final regular season home contest for this very talented Peabody Tanner squad. The Tanners coming into this game, they have 14 wins on the season. Actually, I think they might only have 13. I'm not sure if their first game counted to their record. However, they are riding high. They've already set the team record for wins in a season, and they're probably going to have a first-round playoff bye in the tournament coming up. From discussion I had with one of the assistant coaches earlier in the week, they're either going to play, I believe they said, Rentham or St. Peter Marians. Their opponent down the other end of the ice is HPNA, stands for Haverhill, Pentucket, North Andover. This team comes in, they're 6-11-2 on the year. Not the most sterling record for any hockey program. However, they're just trying to end their season on a high note. I believe the starting goaltenders today are going to be number 30, Jen Collins, although it could very well be number 31, Abby Buckley for the Tanners. And down the other end of the ice, the expected starter, I believe from watching in warm-ups, is going to be junior Jenny Hubbard for HPNA, having herself a pretty decent season considering the 6-11-2 record. The Tanners' key to victory, brought to you by Peabody Access TV, is rely on their passing and speed, because that is the main weapon in their arsenal. They can get behind you easily and score easy goals. Well, they're kind of tough goals for anyone else, but this team is the thing with them. They make everything look easy. They're speedy, they're skilled. They're a very young team as well. They have numerous freshmen in key contributing spots on the team. One freshman I want to give a quick pointer to is number 18 center Maria Pierce. Pierce is filled in on the top line for head coach Michelle Roach, taking over Cassandra Mirasolo's spot. Mirasolo, the sister of current Tanners winger and star player Sammy Mirasolo, having herself another heck of a season with 18 goals on the year. Pierce herself is behind her with 11, followed by Jen Flynn, who I believe has netted her 14th goal last game in the Carlin Cup. The Carlin Cup game on Monday saw the Tanners defeat their crosstown rival Bishop Fenwick 9-1, Jessica Robert scoring a hat trick. We are going to bring you game time coverage in just a few moments as we do pregame introductions, followed by the presentation of our national anthem. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV, and we'll bring you game time coverage in just a moment. Welcome back inside the McVan O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink. Good rendition of the national anthem as the goaltenders are making their way to the net. And the top lines taking the ice. In net for Peabody is number 31, senior Abby Buckley. Down the other end is fellow number 31, Jenny Hubbard. On the opening draw is Jess Robert. Game number 20 for both teams is underway. With the first play to make is HPNA. Quickly stopped, thrown back down behind Buckley. As Catherine Sweeney going to chase it down, banks it up off the boards for her line mate Jen Flynn. Flynn, I believe, with 14 goals on the year. Robert, who had that Carlin Cup hat trick just a couple days ago, chasing down a Haverhill player. Instead of saying HPNA the whole game, I'll just be saying Haverhill for the remainder of the match. They're moving quickly up ice. Good hard pass, but it is stolen away. Here comes Flynn. Flynn, the second leading goal scorer on the team, puts it on net. Save. Rebound, another shot saved. Back behind off the end boards, trying to set something up, just trying to get the puck out of the offensive zone of the Tanners is Haverhill. I don't have a roster with me for Haverhill, so if anyone scores, I'll be shouting out their jersey number, so I apologize, folks. Garofoli goes down on the boards. No call will come here. I think that was just a clean blue attire. Mirasolo showing off speed, banks it away. In on net, so that will count as a shot. It was a weak shot. Pierce, probably the most talented freshman on this squad, back behind in a scrum. Covered up by two players, and Haverhill will try to send this one back out. In front of their own net, they'll set it up. Here they come again. Pierce goes down just trying to make a play. She may have accidentally taken out the opponent's legs with her skate, but in any case will not get a penalty. 25 of Haverhill going back to retrieve. Broken up by Robert as we get some nice fluid line changes here early in the game. Not even 2 minutes in, and we've already seen some very quick line changes by head coach Michelle Roach. Primarily runs 2 lines, likes to alternate sometimes on the second line defense pair. Will sometimes alternate between Catherine Sweeney and Ella McTeague in certain situations. The regular defenders are Carolyn Garofoli, Riley Ganter, and Sadie Guerin. Cat DiGiulio banks it off the boards. It will go back down almost the length of the ice. Back to retrieve goes Haverhill. Here they come again. The 6-11-2 Haverhill trying to get the first goal. Back behind, covered up by Robert. Robert getting into a little bit of a scrum with the Haverhill player. Won't get any call from it. Mirasolo going to use her speed, trying to chase it down. Gets there quickly. She comes out of the scrum with it, trying to backhand it back to her line mate Pierce. On net, shot, save, rebound. It's loose in the crease, and Mirasolo tucks it in on the rebound. Sammy Mirasolo's 19th goal of the season. That is the strength of the Tanners' resolve. They will keep whacking and smashing at the puck until they get it in the back of the net. Where this team makes its living this year is right in front and in the crease. So Mirasolo, the undisputed most skilled player on this squad, puts them up 1-0 3 minutes in. As we get an icing call on Peabody, they'll bring it back down to the right of Abby Buckley. So this game's being brought to you live by Peabody Access TV. If the game is being broadcast live on Channel 8 locally here in Peabody, and also on the Peabody Access TV YouTube channel. And it will also, in addition to being live streamed there, will be uploaded as well following the game. Later today, you'll see the final home game for the Peabody Tanner boys team, brought to you by Peabody Access TV with longtime announcer Kevin Mulhern. Kevin, I've had the privilege of working with quite a few times this year, and folks, honestly, it's really a privilege to work with such a talented announcer. He's taught me a lot about announcing the sport. DiGiulio trying to move it quickly. One of the senior captains loses it. It goes back down behind. You got 2 senior captains on this line, and Jess Robert and Kat DiGiulio. Around behind they go. Catherine Sweeney trying to set it up to her line mate DiGiulio, and Robert almost get there, but it is intercepted by HPNA, sent back down so they can just make a forward line change. And this one will be sent the length of the ice. And Flynn is going to let it go. I honestly got to say, good decision-making by Jen Flynn just so she can get off and make a line change. DeGiulio's out with Thibodeau, Guerin, and Garofoli. And now DeGiulio, they caught him in the middle of a change. Here comes HPNA, but they can't capitalize. Garofoli sends it in the direction of the official, who has to do a little hop, skip, and jump out of the way. Maria Pierce trying to send it up to Paige Thibodeau. Thibodeau, gritty right winger. Moves into the middle, shooting into a skate. Rebound, it's underneath. And that was almost identical to the play that Mirasolo scored on earlier in the period. And we get a stoppage of play and the faceoff coming to the right of Hubbard. Also, just because I think, just on a personal note, just because I think he's watching the game at home. Hey, Dad, hope you're listening. Pierce loses the draw, goes back behind, but Mirasolo right off the faceoff jumps in to get it. I think Pierce and Mirasolo kind of collided there in the race for the puck, and this one's banked off the boards, and Riley Ganter goes back down to retrieve it. Race for the puck with Mirasolo goes Haverhill, but Haverhill wins the race. They try to set it up behind the net again. Garofoli keeps it in. Garofoli lets it go. Rister, and almost tipped into her own net. Buzz Haverhill. I'm officially dubbing Garofoli and Guerin the Slap Sisters because they have the two hardest slap shots that I have seen of any player in this league. Guerin scored on a wicked slap shot goal in the Carlin Cup on Monday. Her 7th of the year, I believe. Actually, might have been her 8th. If you want to get your local high school hockey stats, I suggest you go to masshshockey.com because that's where I get all of my team stats. For both boys and girls ice hockey in Peabody in Massachusetts. Garofoli, the tallest player on the ice, trying to just dump it in. She was trying to dump it so she can go off for a change. She didn't do it hard enough as we get an offside, and now she will head off. And Garofoli, looks like she got tripped up by the official there. So Maria Pierce, Mirasolo, Thibodeau are on with a new defense combo. I believe that's going to be Guerin and Catherine Sweeney. Usually see those two out with Robert DeGiulio and Flynn. Back down, and this will be intentional icing on Peabody. So quick note on the chemistry formed between the two of the most skilled goal scorers on the Tanners, Maria Pierce and Sammy Mirasolo. Pierce taking over Sammy's sister Cassie's spot on the center position of her line. And you'd think that there'd be a little bit of a learning curve trying to get used to each other and form a little chemistry. Well, that's just not the case. The two have formed instantaneous chemistry on this line and are in the top 10 in conference scoring this year. Here they come. Mirasolo around the defense, does a little toe drag shot. What a save, Hubbard. Tremendous skill by Mirasolo, met by even better defense out of Hubbard. Slapper from Guerin is patted aside into the middle. Pierce, shot on net. Thibodeau almost there with the tip. She will go back into the corner to retrieve it. I think HPNA should just try to consider just trying to get the puck out. Capped in onside by Robert. Robert stolen away again. The Tanners applying good offensive pressure, but also equally good defensive pressure. Two traits that they will need to master in order to have a chance in the state tournament coming up pretty soon, within the next 2 weeks. Just trying to get some more final playoff spots locked up and see who's going to be playing who. Back into the zone. Guerin will slap it off the boards. She will race off for a change, and this will be an icing on Peabody. So I think that's officially the new nickname. I'm dubbing Garofoli and Guerin the Slap Sisters because their slap shots are two of the best I've ever seen. You know, in the NBA, you got Steph Curry and Thompson. They're the Splash Brothers, and well, we got the Slap Sisters here in Peabody, Mass, folks. And on net, Hubbard is just going to gently tap this one aside. Putting on the brakes is a Haverhill player. Good skill by a Haverhill captain. Intercepted by Robert, who will just go back a little bit further to try to set something up. Here they come. Comes Haverhill. I will say one thing about Haverhill. Their jerseys are pretty sick, folks. They kind of look like they modeled them after the NHL Los Angeles Kings jerseys. The black with the black and white silver logo. as we have yet another icing called on Peabody, and they'll bring it back down to this time to the right of Abby Buckley. Buckley looking to end her last full regular season with the Tanners on a high note. She is an extremely talented netminder for the past 4 years for head coach Michelle Roach. You could argue that she is kind of her golden girl because she is her first goalie. Here comes Pierce, stolen, across. Oh, and it went through another stick. Garofoli will just try to send it along the glass. Back down in the corner. Bit of a scrum, just trying to get the puck out. Pierce, the freshman, a player who's known more for her scoring ability, showing off her physicality there. So those are good traits to have as a hockey player, folks. Shot from the point on net, sticked aside. That was Riley Ganter letting a shot go. Back down, Garofoli swinging her stick to keep it in. Thibodeau, and it will not be called offside. I got to be honest with you, I think that may have just barely scored it over the blue. And Haverhill will move quick. Stolen by Jess Robert. A great two-way forward for Peabody. Jess Robert, in many ways, reminds me a lot of the NHL Boston Bruins Patrice Bergeron with the scoring ability and the two-way forward skills to play defense as well. 6:20 to showing here in the first period. It's 1-0 Peabody on the Mirasolo goal. Trying to come out of the scrum. Big battle for the puck. It's kind of loose from my view. It squirts out, and Sweeney will go back down, but Haverhill moving quick. Shot. Buckley with a weak pat aside. Blowing a tire goes the player who let the shot go for Haverhill. DeGiulio race to get the puck. She will win the race barely. Nope, but it is tucked back down. No, she has it. In on net. Shot. And oh, it went just wide, almost onto the stick of Flynn. Player shouting instructions as DeGiulio went to go retrieve. Can't win the race as Haverhill will recoil and try to start something. Something you don't want to do against these Tanners is even give them not only a one, maybe a 2-goal lead, and they will run with it for the rest of the game. This team can kill you in so many ways, with their speed, with their skill, or maybe even on defense. Sometimes with their physicality. Good awareness by Thibodeau to narrowly avoid an offside. However, Mirasolo just barely cannot make it back over the blue, and we have an offside on Peabody. 5:06 to go in the first period of this 20th game for both teams. Mirasolo immediately off the faceoff, trying to chase her way in. This one's dumped back down on net by, I believe that's Guerin. Oh, that was Catherine Sweeney. Off the stick of Robert, who was trying to defend. Guerin can't corral it, but the Tanners are going to gather it down by the penalty box. So for those of you just tuning in just before we got here, if you're a Peabody resident and listening to this game and you have family or friends that go to Bishop Fenwick, Fenwick just beat Oakmont Regional 4-0 in what I'm guessing is their last game of the season. As Sweeney will go off for a change. A player goes down, no penalty. DeGiulio showing off speed and skill, trying to just flutter it on net, and Hubbard is able to cover. She looked like she's trying to bounce that one into the net. If Hubbard hadn't got her glove on it, I think she could have very well done so. Maria Pierce with Kat DeGiulio and Paige Thibodeau, so it's an odd line combination. Usually you'll see Mirasolo into DeGiulio's spot. Garofoli trying to fight to keep it in. She's one of the taller players on the ice, so she has the big body to use to try to defend the puck. DeGiulio on net. Nice save through the screen by Hubbard. Jenny Hubbard showing off. She's got skill in net in addition to Abby Buckley down the other end. Pierce, big scrum with Thibodeau in front, intercepted by Haverhill. That would have been a sure goal for DeGiulio if she'd got her stick down on it. Kept in onside by Ganter. Ganter, sophomore defender, in on net. Shot wide. Thibodeau had the open net to shoot at. Back into the neutral zone. Peabody will recoil and they'll dump it back down. DeGiulio will race off for a change. Mirasolo coming on with Flynn and Robert. So I don't know if it's a little confusion or if head coach Michelle Roach is trying out some new line combinations prior to the playoffs. As we got a icing on Haverhill this time, so they're going to bring it back down this length of the ice. I've had the privilege of covering the Tanners for almost 2 seasons now, and I've also had access to some of their practices, courtesy of head coach Michelle Roach. And I'll tell you one thing, there's a reason that she's brought this team from the depths of almost having the team taken away from the school to state prominence. Shot, nice slapper by Guerin. It found its way through. I think everyone was just trying to jump out of the way of that one. Another shot on net goes way wide. Roach has spent the last 4 years keeping this team focused on one goal and one goal only. That is making it to the state tournament, and I would not be surprised if that goal includes winning a state title. And with a team this skilled and this talented, I would not be surprised in the least bit if they make it pretty close, if not win it. Flynn going down to retrieve it. Robert moving quickly, but has it stripped away from behind by Haverhill. And now they will just try to move behind and set some kind of play up, as Robert will chug off quickly for a change, and Pierce comes on for her center spot. Around behind it could be worked. Pierce coming out of it with the puck. Gives it up to Julio. DeJulio moving across the center ice. Gives it Thibodeau. Thibodeau in. Loose. Guerin just trying to slap it around, just trying to set something up. She had players all over her. Garofoli and Guerin are out, so the Slap Sisters are on the ice. I hope that catches on. I hope it's not going to be just me. I was told a couple games ago that the team does, in fact, listen to these games on YouTube after the game. After their games are concluded. In on net, shot, whiffing on a shot was Haverhill. That could have been a good snapshot goal, and we're going to get a call on Peabody. So it's going to be Garofoli, 15, going to the box, 2 minutes. I believe it's going to be a tripping call. So the Tanners are on the penalty kill. Haverhill's on the power play. However, don't count the Tanners out. I've seen them score quite a few shorthanded goals on the penalty kill this season. Trying to set it up with the defenders. Playing tic-tac-toe with each other, just trying to get some kind of open lane to shoot at. Down low, shot. It's in a skate somewhere. Buckley trying to cover it, and it goes loose into the crease and out. And we got another stoppage of play. I think it might have been an offside on Haverhill. So the entire Haverhill bench standing at its bench area. 1:38 to go on this power play for Haverhill. They have a shot or two on net already. Might have been the first pressure that Buckley has faced all game. Up and into the netting and out of play. As Roach will make a forward line change. Keep the defenders out, keeping Ganter and I believe that is Sweeney out on the ice. So she's keeping a good mix of freshmen and senior players out. Off the straw, Peabody wins it. Nice clear by, I believe it's Sweeney. Yes, it is Catherine Sweeney, number 13. 43 ticks to go here in the period. Mirasolo in front. She goes down on her face, but manages to get the shot away. Tremendous effort and skill by the junior winger for Peabody. Trying to get it out. Peabody does get it out. Almost, actually. No, it is by the penalty box, and Ganter will fight for the puck. 22 ticks to go in the period with 55 to go on the power play. Sweeney going back down to retrieve, and it's going to be an icing on Haverhill. So with 14 and a half to go, this is a good opportunity for the Tanners to show why they are, in my view, the best shorthanded goal-scoring team in the entire conference. Also, tune in tonight. I believe it will be 10 o'clock because they're on the West Coast. Your hometown Boston Bruins will be in Las Vegas taking on the Vegas Golden Knights, who are now their second year of existence. Off this tie-up, Haverhill wins it. Took a look for a pass, decided to skate it out. They move quick, have a chance, but good group of defenders there. Into the middle, open lane, shot! I don't think she got the shot away before the period ended, but it won't matter. It's still 1-0 going into the first intermission. Peabody jumping out to the quick lead on Sammy Mirasolo's, I believe, her 18th or 19th goal of the season. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV. We'll be right back with more live game time coverage of Tanner girls ice hockey from the McVan O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink in just a few minutes. Welcome back inside the McVan O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink in Peabody, Massachusetts. I am Bernard Parisi, once again bringing you live Tanner Girl ice hockey action from Peabody, Massachusetts. The Tanners coming into this period, they have a 1-goal lead, but they are going to go into this period on a penalty kill with Carolyn Garofoli beginning the period in the box for the next 35 seconds. She went to the box for a tripping call late in the period. The goal scored by Sammy Mirasolo on a rebound shot. Not even really a rebound. It kind of trickled through the goalie's legs, and she was just Johnny on the spot with the stick to tuck it in for the last effort. So Robert Flynn are on the ice. They'll start with two defenders and 2 forwards. Sweeney slaps it back along. Good play right off the face-off to get it out. Both goaltenders switching ends of the ice, so Buckley nearest to us and Hubbard down near the far end of the rink. So for the viewers at home watching, the camera angle down by the ice is going to be behind Abby Buckley. That is closest to where we are perched, and it looks like they're going to send Sweeney to the box. 2 minutes for, I think, for interference maybe. So just as they reach the tail end of their penalty kill, they will go to 5-on-3 for the next 4 seconds until Garofoli comes out of the box. So this is a prime opportunity here for Haverhill to get back into the game and tie it up. 32 seconds into the period. So it's going to be Robert, Mirasolo, and Ganter on the ice for Peabody. It's going to be Flynn to the box, Catherine Sweeney to the box, 2 minutes. So Roach has 2 of her defenders in the box the next 2 minutes. Wouldn't be surprised if in the next few seconds you see her start to put Ella McTeague onto the ice. McTeague, freshman defender, number 7 for the Tanners. So you got 8-3-28 on the ice. Mirasolo, Ganter, and Robert. Just Robert had a hat trick just 2 days ago in the annual Carlin Cup matchup against Bishop Fenwick for Peabody bragging rights, which the Tanners won 9-1. Off this draw, Robert gets taken down, spun down, no call here. So the penalty kill, Garofoli will race out of the box just to join her teammates to defend in this power play. It's now a 5-on-4 for the next minute 50. Robert held in along the boards. Garofoli, fresh out of the box, races in to help her teammate out. Whiffs on a slapper just to get it out. Garofoli, the most physical defender on this Tanner squad, without a doubt. I think she kind of also has a personal rivalry going with the Beverly Danvers combined squad. In front, shot up high. So it was almost a shorthanded chance there for Mirasolo, who will race back to retrieve her own shot. Ganter back down, sends it out on net. It looks like Hubbard almost lost it for a second there. With 1 minute to go, this penalty is half over. Pierce going in to try to retrieve it, but Haverhill will move quickly. Held along the boards. Good physical play by the Tanners. Physical, but not too rough. The call against Garofoli was just, I believe, almost incidental contact. Not sure about the one against Sweeney, however. 41 ticks to go on the power play. 13:07 to go in the second period of this 20th game for both teams this season. 21 for the Tanners if you count their first match, which I'm pretty sure actually does not count towards their record. I could be mistaken on that, however. Into the middle, shot into the pads of Ganter, and she takes a hit from behind from Pierce. Trying to feed it across. Nothing happening there. Kept in, onside barely. I think it actually may have squirted back offside, as Pierce will just dump it down, and that'll kill off the penalty. So Peabody is back at even strength. Sweeney racing out of the box, just trying to get across ice to get a change. Here they come again. Here's Haverhill moving swiftly through the defense around Ganter. She's tied up with Robert. Ganter will try to get it out. Blowing a tire goes a Haverhill player. Slap shot. Nice defense by Thibodeau, throwing her legs in front of the puck. Mirasolo racing in, using her speed to try to break up that pass, and she does. It's back down in the corner. Speaking of, she will go to retrieve it. in front, save, and it is gotten out by the Haverhill defense. Good awareness by their defenders. All around, very sound game on both sides of the ice. Peabody trying to get it out, and we get a whistle. And they're going to signal that it will be high stick one up high, and they're going to move it back down the length of the ice to the left of Abby Buckley. So we got Sweeney, Guerin with Pierce, Mirasolo, and Thibodeau on the ice for Peabody. Guerin trying to use her wicked shot to get it out. Will not. Down near the North Shore bank sign. Good body check down to the ice. Pierce has 2-on-1 with Mirasolo, but she let her own pass get ahead of her, so she loses it. Mirasolo working away around behind. To the outside, it is sent to the back. Here comes Haverhill. And Pierce, with Guerin calling for the puck, will have to go back down behind her own net to retrieve it around the end boards. Haverhill just trying to get it in front of the net. They're playing the puck too loose around the boards. They really need to get it in front of Buckley in the slot between the two circles. Trying to play it through, and they'll send it back down the length of the ice. And Peabody will make some changes. It will be icing. As the rest of the five line head off, it's going to be DiGiulio, Robert Flynn with Ganter and Garofoli on. Off this draw, one, back to the point, shot on net, wide of Buckley. In the crease and fluttering up onto Buckley's glove, and she has it for a stoppage. 10:33 to go in the second period of this 20th game for both teams. As the official signals for a new face-off man. Won by Peabody. DiGiulio trying to get there. She will blow a tire, go down to the ice. Ganter will try to wrist this one back out of the zone. Fluttering back down to the boards. Garofoli racing in to get it. The size advantage, using it to her advantage. And she will send it back down the length of the ice. That will be an icing. We're going to bring it back down to the right of Buckley again, I believe, or to the left of Buckley, so the same line will stay out. DiGiulio, Robert Flynn with Ganter and Garofoli for the Tanners. Don't have the roster with me for HPNA, so if anyone scores for them, I will be calling out their jersey number. I apologize in advance, folks. Sticked out of the air by Pierce. Rebound shot. Remarkable effort and save by Abby Buckley. You think you can fool her in the net? You can't. Abby Buckley just ripping a shot out of midair and tucking it between her body and her arm. That's why she is Roach's #1 netminder, folks. Think about it, 4 years. She's a senior. Roach came here 4 years ago. She really was her first goaltender. Buckley on net, another save. So shout out to Abby Buckley for remarkable effort and awareness to make the save. They say goaltender is probably the hardest position to play in any sport, folks. She is up to the challenge without a doubt. Mirasolo, breakaway, almost a breakaway, trying to put on the blazing speed around the defense, and she loses it. Good defense by Haverhill to break up the pass. Pierce quickly going back with Guerin. The strategy is kind of simple with Peabody. Go back to the zone, set it up, get it to your skill players, and let them do the work. However, when I say skill players, that's kind of a rough assessment. Almost every player on this squad has shown they have tremendous skill this season at one point or another. Even the players that haven't played that much this year, I've seen some flashes of brilliance out of them. Shot into the gut of Buckley, she covers. As I was saying before, even some of the players that I've seen sparingly this season have tremendous skill. Some of the younger players like Anya Pineo, Ella McTeague, Jenna Mack, and Lily Piscatelli, along with Madeline Monkowitz. That is the one name that I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. If anyone hears the game, also I hear they watch the games after this, so If anyone on the team wants to correct me afterward, I'm more than willing to change that. Anyway, Ganter is waiting down there at the bottom, trying to wait for a pass, and she will get it towards her as Garofoli will whack this one back down the length of the ice again. There will be no icing. I think it touched a Haverhill player before it went all the way down. Flynn comes out of the corner, trying to backhand it in front, and no one was there. Robert was the closest player to the puck, couldn't get a backhanded shot away. Here comes Haverhill moving quick. Ganter into the middle, shot. Buckley gloves it out of midair. So just want to take a quick moment to point out on some of the returning Tanners from last season, they have a sticker on their helmet for Project Semicolon. Project Semicolon goal is to raise mental health awareness for mental health disorders. The Tanners have taken that cause to heart, and they have promoted it throughout the rink. Mira Solo quickly loses. Deaking in the middle, shot. Mira Solo! Tremendous individual effort. Pots her second of the game. It's 2-0 Peabody. If she didn't get it before, that would be her 20th goal of the season, I believe, with 8:30 to go in the second period. 2-0 Tanners in the second. She made her way around not only one, not two, not three. I think she made her way around the entire defense. Focused on the net, didn't quit. And it's a 2-0 game here in the 20th match of the season. Race to get the puck. Sweeney going back to retrieve it with a Haverhill player. Guerin trying to give it up to Thibodeau. Thibodeau breaking up a pass there. Actually, might have been a shot on net. 8 minutes to go in the second. Nice defense by Guerin. A backhanded away from Buckley before it got to her. Maria Pierce is still out with Thibodeau and Mirasolo. Back into the neutral zone. I think if kind of good awareness by the Tanners to know to dump that puck when HPNA was making a line change. That went right past the door to their bench. Mirasolo. It's in the middle. She's going in. And it is saved by Hubbard. Flynn behind. Haverhill takes it out, but no, it is still in the zone and is back along the penalty box. Flynn kind of gingerly banks it off the boards. That is DiGiulio going to send it back out, and we'll have icing. So I got to say, probably an intentional icing just to make a quick change and bring it back down near Buckley. So Jess Robert is out with DiGiulio. Garofoli lining up almost in a winger's spot with Jen Flynn and Riley Ganter. This team is young. It's a good mix of senior and young talent. This puck goes up and into the stands to the right of our announcer's perch. So coming into this season, I believe expectations for the Tanners were kind of a little bit lower than last year. They finished 11-7-2 last year and made a tournament. Lost 2-0 in the first round of St. Mary's, and a lot of their seniors left after the year. So Roach had to recruit some young freshman talent, and some were expecting the team to fall off a little bit. Well, it's been the complete opposite. They've gotten better, if anything. So that's one thing to consider with head coach Michelle Roach. She has that keen eye for talent and recruiting young players and using them properly in the right situations, such as players like Maria Pierce and Sadie Guerin, and Catherine Sweeney, who are probably the three most experienced freshmen on this squad in prominent roles. Peabody trying to defend. Garofoli will race back to retrieve to the left of Buckley. She has a player behind her, but is able to get to it. She's got that tall, long outreach with that stick. Pierce, Flynn to her left, moving. Flynn in, save Hubbard, and it has gotten loose. Good effort by Hubbard. The ref's arm is up, so I believe that is going to be a call on... That is going to be a call on Haverhill. Not sure what it was for, though. That's not me questioning the call. It's just I didn't see anything happen. I was more focused on the puck. So number 4 of Haverhill is in the box for the next 2 minutes. So the Tanner power play will get its first opportunity to work here midway through the second period of this 20th game for both teams. Back up high, Guerin. If they get Guerin in the middle of the ice, she can let go one of her famous slappers. Garofoli trying to send it back to her defense partner, won't get it. I believe Guerin has either 7 or 8 goals on the year. I don't know if the stat line was updated since the last time I checked masshshockey.com. But in any case, she did score 1 goal late in the game versus Bishop Fenwick in the Carlin Cup on Monday. So Garofoli playing defense. Kind of got tangled up with the defender. Haverhill has a good shorthanded chance here. They keep it into the middle. They move in. No, it's snuffed out by a defender. Mirasolo putting on the afterburners, moving quick around the defense. Shot into a pad of a defender. Flynn holding, trying to backhand it along. Goes the opposite way, however. She backhands it again. Drops it to Mirasolo. Gives it. Robert holding. Playing catch with Mirasolo along the boards in front. Garofoli fluttering up high. Goes back down to the corner. 46 seconds to go on the power play. Guerin keeps it in on side. But it has gotten back. Here comes Haverhill shorthanded. Moving quickly. Backhander on net. Buckley is able to almost glove it underneath, but she'll give it to Pierce, who will try to move swiftly up ice. She sees Mirasolo. Now that was actually Robert that was breaking for the net, but it was a little too far in front. We get a stoppage of play with 27 ticks to go on the power play. 4:33 to go in the second period. It's 2-0 Peabody. Both goals coming courtesy of the stick of Sammy Mirasolo. If she didn't have 20 coming into this game, she must have it now. So that is her second straight 20-goal season. I believe she had either 17 or 18 goals, so that might have been her 19th or 20th. I'm not quite sure. I'll check later. And on net, and Ganter and Sweeney give a Haverhill player a little shove down to the ice in unison. About a second after the whistle. Wasn't a dirty play, though, so no one will go to the box. Off this tie-up, Pierce holding, gives it to Ganter. Ganter giving it up. Thibodeau reaches her stick out, can't corral it. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Thibodeau kicks it loose. Good awareness. And Haverhill has killed it off, so back even strength. Back behind goes Sweeney to take it out. 3:57 to go in the period. Mirasolo breaking for the net, shooting. I think it may have rung the iron. Ganter keeps it in on side. Back in to get it. Flynn just backhands it along the boards. It's Sammy again holding. Flynn in front. Scrum for the puck, and it's loose. And it has gotten out. Good defense by Haverhill to play the puck aggressively. So 3.5 to go in the second period. Trying to get it to the front of the net. Nothing happening there. Held up along the crossbar. That should be something coming. Nope, it looked like a Haverhill player pushed Flynn into the net, and the net came off its moorings. In any case, both teams will make complete line changes. 10 players off, 10 new players on. So Ganter and Garofoli and Guerin are on with Flynn, Robert, and DiGiulio. Up at center, almost out a breakaway opportunity was Haverhill. 3:06 to go in the second. Peabody nursing a 2-goal lead. Flynn almost kept in. Nope, it will go back, and she'll have to recoil. That's Guerin around the defense, in the middle, shot, loose, save, and it is gotten out by Haverhill. So great shot, but an equally great save by Hubbard. Garofoli puts on the brakes and moves the puck by with great skill. Garofoli takes a shot to the shin pad, doesn't even flinch once, as Buckley has to reach out and cover this up. We get a stoppage with exactly 2.5 to go in the second period. This game's being brought to you live on Peabody Local Channel 8 by Peabody Access TV. It is also being streamed live on Peabody Access TV's YouTube channel. Later today at 5:15, you'll see the boys of Peabody High School taking on, I'm not sure who they're playing later today, but either way, they'll be playing at 5:15 in what will likely be, I believe, their last game of the season. And what has just been a tough season for the Tanners. I believe they're 1-18-1 at the or 1-17-1. Mirasolo, breakaway in. Mirasolo has a hat trick here in the second period of game number 20. And she does it the way it should be done, on a breakaway. The second consecutive game where a Tanner has netted the most elusive prize in all of high school hockey, the hat trick. So she definitely has at least 20 goals on the year now. So Sammy Mirasolo puts him up 3-0. She's responsible for all 3 goals. She just likes to get the puck, put on the afterburners, and go in alone on net. Buckley, save! She lost her stick, but still made the save. Is gloved down by Guerin. Buckley gets her stick back from Jen Flynn. Good teamwork there. She still made the save when losing her stick. Guerin going back, slaps it off the boards. It's tied up near the glass. Race to the puck with DeGiulio and Robert. That she has 3 Tanners with her. Fed it across. Score! Jen Flynn pots it 4-0 in the second. Sorry for the voice crack, folks, but you know what? It's 4-0 Peabody with a minute and a half to go in the second period of game 20. So the 2 leading goal scorers on the Tanners, responsible for all 4 goals. Sometimes you see breakaways, maybe even a 2-on-0, but very rarely you see a 3-on-0. 3 Tanner forwards were there. The entire forward line of Robert, DeGiulio, and Flynn were there to set up the play. Just hold in a little bit, get the goalie to go down on her knees in the to cover up the 5-hole. You just feed it across to your teammate, and she'll tuck it in. Around behind again. 1:05 to go here in the second period. 4-0 Peabody. With a commanding lead, Haverhill quickly has someone open at the side of the net, trying to feed it to her. Maybe wait a little too long to set up the play. Shot from the point, stolen away. Pierce lost it, but she takes it back. Thibodeau going to race for it. They'll dump it off with 36 ticks to go in the period, and they'll make a complete line change. Stolen away. Peabody trying to keep it in. They won't. Haverhill race to the puck with Jen Flynn. 20 seconds to go in the period. Haverhill trying to get one in the middle. Shot off of a stick of Garofoli and up high into the glass. She slams it around off the boards. DeGiulio will just try to get it out of the zone and chase it a little bit. Just to kill off the last 5 ticks to go. 3, 2, 1, and we've hit 0 in the second period. Peabody tacking on 3 more goals of their own, but Sammy Mirasolo's the big story here today. The first 3 of the game, she has the hat trick, followed up by the goal by Jen Flynn. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV. Tanner's holding a 4-0 lead going into the final period of the final regular season game for both teams. We'll be right back with more Tanner Girls ice hockey action live here on Peabody Access TV. Welcome back inside the McVan O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink. Once again in Peabody, Massachusetts with Peabody Access TV. I am Bernard Perisy, bringing you live Tanner girls ice hockey action with this ever-important 20th and final game for both teams. Tanner is coming to this period holding a commanding 4-0 lead over Haverhill, or HPNA. They have 3 goals scored in the previous period, in the second period, and most notably is Sammy Mirasolo, the junior winger, scoring the first 3 goals of the game. She has a hat trick, followed up by Jen Flynn's goal, the second leading goal scorer on the squad. Puck is dropped. We're underway. Jumping immediately right off the faceoff, in on net, and not even 7 seconds into the period, Haverhill's on the board. The center jumped all over the puck right off the draw, raced in on net, just sent a little bit of a weak slap shot past Buckley. 7 seconds in, it's 4-1. So Haverhill cracks the scoreboard. Could this be the catalyst for a comeback, folks? We'll see. Off the draw, Haverhill playing with a little bit more intensity than they were in the first 2 periods now. Mirasolo racing in to get it. Can you imagine if she's playing like she wants to get a 4th goal? Can you imagine that if she does? In on net, shot goes wide to Buckley to her right. Tanner's going to try to play a little bit tighter defense. Don't take too many risks. Although if an opportunity presents itself, take the chance and go with it. Pierce coming out of behind the net with the puck. Gives it up. Race to it with Thibodeau and a defender. It's back down on net. And taken out by Haverhill. Haverhill racing quickly. One player taking the puck herself. Has it stripped away by Jess Robert. Banked off the boards. Barely. It's gone back out. Race to it. Tie up. Mirasolo and I believe number 18 of Haverhill there. Backhanded. Here comes Ganter. Ganter holding. Dumps it back on net. Sticked aside by Hubbard. So Hubbard is still in net. She has a goal to work with now, so it's 4-1 Peabody here in the 3rd period of Game 20. This is the final regular season period for both teams before the state tournament, which the Tanners will likely have a first-round bye with, given their record. And in a conversation with a Peabody assistant coach during a practice just yesterday or the day before, I believe, the Tanners are playing either St. Peter Marians or a school that begins with a W. I can't remember it for the life of me, folks. It's either Rentham, Wareham, Wenham. I can't quite remember at the moment. I'll try to figure that out again later. And that is Ganter getting tripped up from behind, and Peabody will go on a power play. No doubt or penalty there. You can see that from down the other end of the ice. Kind of got her sticking. Almost looked like she kind of swung her stick at her legs, and she went down hard. She got up easily, and Peabody will go on a power play with a 4-1 lead with exactly 13 seconds to go in the period. Hey, I just found $5 in my pocket. How about that? Didn't know that was there. Anyway, 13 minutes to go. 2-minute power play coming up for Peabody. Pierce on the draw. It goes back behind. She wins it. Trying to set up Thibodeau in front. Giving it back to Guerin. Guerin lets go one of her famous slap shots. It's blocked at the line by a defender. Pierce setting up high in Guerin's slot, trying to rotate her back. Pierce holding, playing catch with Guerin. Guerin tees it up. In front, Guerin, save! What a shot, what a save, rebound. Guerin, it's loose. It's loose in the crease again, and the whistle blew as the puck went by into the net. That's going to be a call on somebody. And they're going to send another player to the box. 2 minutes for interference, I believe. 5-on-3 coming up for Peabody. 1:33 to go on the initial penalty. And 2 minutes to go now on the 5-on-3. Tanners will be 5-on-3 for another 1:33. Off this tie-up, Peabody takes it back. Sweeney over. Guerin tees it up. Blocked with the body by Haverhill. And back down is Paige Thibodeau. Guerin holding, just in a backhand along the board. She goes down, won't get a call here. In front, shot, rebound, nice kick save. That one came out with some speed. Rebound, it's loose, in the crease, it went through. There were so many opportunities for Peabody to put on number 5. What luck there by Haverhill. Mirasol tees it up, lets it go over the face mask of Hubbard. Captain on side, Guerin in, slapper, up and into the netting. That slap shot has some intense speed behind it. She will remain on the ice, I believe, as the defense partner with Sweeney. They're going to bring it back into the neutral zone. Not quite sure why at the moment. 5-on-3 for another 42 seconds. Captain Flynn trying to set up at the side of the net. She has a chance if they can get it to her. Guerin keeps it away, playing keep away with Sweeney. They want to set up Guerin in the worst way. You can tell just by the way they're playing. Because that slap shot can get by you before you even know where it went. Sweeney holding, lets it go. Save, rebound, Jen Flynn tacks in her second of the afternoon. 5-1 Peabody, Jenny Flynn. And Sammy Mirasolo providing the offense for Peabody today. So the 5-on-3 opportunity, they take advantage, but they will still be up for a 5-on-4 for the next, I believe, 46 seconds. Robert DiGiulio and Flynn are out. With, I believe, Garofoli and Ganter. It's 5-1 Peabody. 3 goals by Mirasolo, followed up by 2 goals by Jen Flynn. Scoreboard has not changed yet, and yes, it has. It is 5-1. Here's something you'd like to see. Wouldn't you like to see a dual hat trick in a game, folks? So watch out for Flynn. I wouldn't be surprised if in this last game she nets one of her own. Flynn, speaking of, to the red line in front, trying to backhand it on net. Hubbard, save, rebound, it's loose. Haverhill trying to get it out. They just kind of tap it out with 10 seconds to go. Garofoli sends it back down low to her teammate Flynn. Racing to get it with DiGiulio Robert. Flynn going back down to get it. A Haverhill player sends it around the boards. Flynn using the body, just plays a little keep away, but is wristed the length of the ice. It will be icing on Haverhill. So the power play has come to an end, but the Tanners capitalize on the 5-on-3. Jen Flynn had an open net backhanded shot, and she puts it in for 5. This Tanner offense with the mentality of once you get them down, don't let them up. They just keep piling it on. Because in this game, anything can change in the blink of an eye if you get complacent. And this team is the furthest from it. They get a lead and they just keep pounding. Pierce in the middle. Shot. Saved by Hubbard. Moving up ice. Trying to set something up. Trying to get the puck moving. Maybe get another. Make it 5-2 perhaps as Ella McTeague makes her first appearance of the game. She's on the ice now. With Sadie Guerin taking Sweeney's spot. Roach has seen fit to rotate Sweeney and McTeague pretty thoroughly throughout the season. Mirasolo with a little burst of speed, trying to erase the puck. She can't get there. And it's going to be another icing called on Haverhill. So tune in later today at 5:15 for Tanner boys ice hockey action. I'm not sure who they're playing at the moment. I'll try to figure that out after the game. But in any event, that should be their last game of the season. And for seniors such as Connor McCarron, Mike Sabino, and Ryan Huber, and Dante Vargas, this should be their last game, along with many others. Their last ice hockey games as a Tanner in high school. Here comes a Haverhill player up the wing, shadowed by Garofoli. It's loose. They lose sight of it. Shot into the middle. Save. Rebound. Loose. And I think it's going to be a Haverhill goal. It's 5-2. So Haverhill tacks in its second goal of the afternoon. And it's a 5-2 game. So They're not going quietly. So rarity for Buckley that you'll ever see her at home, giving up 2 goals. Here comes Flynn through the defense, or DiGiulio. DiGiulio likes to get in the corners, into the middle. No shot. Almost had it. Side of the net. Robert. Gives it up, Flynn. DiGiulio keeps it in onside. She's going everywhere on the ice. Rebound, it's sticked aside by Hubbard. DiGiulio waiting for a chance with her line mate Flynn. She reaches her stick in to get it. Flynn, shouting the defender. It's given a cross-ice pass, moving quickly. Pierce into the boards. Flynn gives it to DiGiulio, and we're going to get a whistle stoppage play. I think it's going to be an offside on Haverhill. So we got a complete line change on both sides. 10 off, 10 on. So it's 3:25 here in the afternoon in Peabody, Massachusetts. Tanner's holding a 5-2 lead in game number 20 in the regular season. Have a week or 2 off of practices before they play in the first round of the state tournament. Heavy odds stacked in their favor. Hopefully it will be a home game. If it is a home game, we are likely going to be broadcasting that game live here on Peabody Access TV. Mirasolo, speed, break, almost. Deeks moves in, shot, rebound, save by Hubbard. Good skill save. In the crease, it's loose again. And good defense by Haverhill. And great save by Hubbard on a Mirasolo breakaway. What could have been her 4th of the game. In the middle, it's loose. They just keep wagging and smashing at the puck until they put it in the back of the net. Thibodeau trying to keep it in onside. They barely do. It's gotten back down the length of the ice to the neutral zone. A lot of line juggling for both teams in this game, trying to find some kind of formula to stop the offense of the Tanners and also to keep the offense going for Peabody. Shot into a shin pad in front. Could hear it ricochet off of someone. Number 7 of Haverhill feeding it across. Save, Buckley, rebound. Remarkable save by Abby Buckley. Shot, save made by Buckley again. As McTeague kind of gives a little shove to a Haverhill player after the play. 6.5 to go in regulation. The final regulation period of the regular season before the state tournament, which Peabody is expected to have a first-round bye, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to play it through. Thank you, says DiGiulio. They try to catch her, moving quickly. Trying to set up at front. Rebound, and Flynn trying to swing it out of midair. Couldn't get there. This big scrum. Robert falling down. It's still loose. Haverhill loses sight of it. DiGiulio has it. Trying to play it in behind the net. Haverhill has it. Break for Haverhill as a Haverhill player blows a tire. DiGiulio trying to stick it over to Flynn with 5:45 to go in the regulation period. Sweeney back down to get it. So also tune in tonight at roughly 10 o'clock for the Boston Bruins, your hometown Bruins, playing the Vegas Golden Knights out west in Nevada. Bruins on a hot streak right now with Tuukka Rask, or the combined net 2-0 of Tuukka Rask and Jaro Halak, and also some timely offense. Also, shout out to Carson Coleman for his first career NHL goal. Race to the puck. Flynn trying to get there. Won't get it. Swinging her stick at the shin pad, trying to get something to come loose. 5:14 to go. 2 players go down. I think it's going to be a call on Peabody. So I think it will be Sweeney to the box for 2 minutes. Her second time going to the box this afternoon. So a power play coming up for Haverhill down 5-2 with 5 minutes to go. Now's the opportunity they need to attempt to get back in this game. It's never quite out of reach, folks. I've seen teams come back down from 5-1 with roughly this time left on the clock, and it's 5-2, so the deficit is closed a little bit. As the official conferring with the Haverhill head coach near his bench. Not sure exactly what's going on. A little confusion on the line combination, I think, from the Haverhill bench. Just to make a change. Peabody just trying to get it out of the zone, clear it. Don't get complacent here, Peabody. Got to keep the puck moving, get it out of the zone, kill off the penalty. Setting it up down high, down low. Save Buckley right off the outside of the net, I think, actually. 4:50 to go in regulation. Scrum along the boards. DeGiulio holding a player up. Waiting for the whistle to blow, hopefully. Mirasolo goes down. She would have had a breakaway if she had stayed on her feet. As Haverhill will try to look for anything to try to get back in the game. Onside. Trying to play it through. Thank you, says Maria Pierce. They try to catch her. Around up front. And, oh, remarkable effort by Hubbard. Tapping her own stick out there to break up the pass before the shot even got away. Pierce sends it on net. Goes wide with a minute to go on this power play for Haverhill. That is tremendous effort out of the goaltender. You know, goalies play a remarkable defense with a stick, too. That's why they have it. Just kind of reached her stick out there and broke it up before Pierce could even get the shot away. .344 to go in regulation with 34 ticks to go on the power play. Guerin is on the ice now. Setting it up, down low, shot wide, right across in front of Buckley. Haverhill setting it up high, number 4, who's been in the box twice today. In front, and Tanner's throwing their bodies in front. The two tallest members of the team, I believe, Guerin and Garofoli, throwing their bodies in front of the puck. Garofoli goes down. I think she was able to find her way on the puck. It's still loose, and Haverhill at the end of the power play as Sweeney was coming out of the box has closed the gap to 5-3 with 3:04 to go. We're not done yet in Peabody, folks. I'd maybe expect Roach to use her timeout here, try to settle her players down a little bit, try to strategize for the last couple minutes of the game. So it will not go as a power play goal as Sweeney was just out of the box. I believe she was actually at the center ice logo when the goal was scored. She was racing across. Peabody playing the dump and chase game. No icing here. Racing in to get it is Flynn with DeGiulio. Press it on net. Into his skate. Rebound. DeGiulio. Cat DeGiulio makes it 6-3. If I might say, that might be the final nail in Haverhill's coffin today. 6-3, Peabody with 2:46 to go in the game. So immediately after a goal that gave some hope to Haverhill of closing the gap, Kat DeGiulio lets a weak wrister go that just fooled Hubbard. Went to the right of her right shin of her right pillow, and it is 6-3. Kat DeGiulio in her final regular season home game as a Tanner has something to remember. The senior captain makes it 6-3. If I'm not mistaken, this is the third consecutive Tanner game where they have scored 6+ goals. If I'm correct, I believe they've scored 21 goals in 3 games, including the 9-1 rout over Bishop Fenwick 2 days ago and a 6-2 rout over Medford Malden before that. In Malden, I believe. I believe it was Malden. Speaking to Julio, she'll feed it across. Flynn a little too far. She would have had a great opportunity to get the elusive hat trick. 2:05 to go here in regulation. Trying to play it through. Guerin will just race behind her own net, try to kill a little bit of time. Also try to set something up, and we got a big hit along the boards, and we got a Tanner down on the ice. I think it's going to be Gearin, so we're gonna break away from commentary for just a moment. Welcome back inside the McMahon O'Keefe Ice Hockey Rink in Peabody, Massachusetts. After the brief stoppage of play, we'll bring you back with 1:49 to go in the regulation period. Was Sadie Guerin skated off under her own power. She hopefully will be all right. Wish her nothing but the best as we continue play here with 1:40 to go in regulation. In on net, wide. And the shot goes way wide with 1:30 to go. It's still 6-3 Peabody. And the Tanners will clear it back down the length of the ice. And the icing is canceled. And to get it is Mirasolo. Pierce holds, trying to set up her teammate Mirasolo, but she was a little too far in front of the puck. Charlotte Grant has come on the ice for Peabody in her final regular season home game as a senior. Mirasolo, here she comes again. Mirasolo in, moving. Remarkable save and effort by Hubbard. She's fired up after that play. Nice glove save by Jenny Hubbard. 58 ticks to go in regulation. In the final regulation period of the regular season for both teams. After this will be a couple weeks of practices and then a playoff game for Peabody, which might be, from what I understand, a home playoff game. 49 seconds to go in regulation. Run behind, they're trying to just move it up ice. DeGiulio, stolen away. Flynn to her right, trying to set some kind of play up. 34 seconds to go. Down on her face goes a Haverhill player. Flynn in the middle, has it taken away. 25 seconds to go. Haverhill trying to get one more before the final buzzer. It's broken up by Peabody. Good awareness by Ganser to get it out. We hit 17 seconds to go. Peabody with the 6-3 lead. Here comes Noah. Flynn again into the middle. Has it taken away. We hit 6 seconds. Peabody with a Mirasolo hat trick. 2 goals by Jen Flynn. And then the game sealer by Kat DeGiulio. Peabody wins it 6-3. And that is it for the regular season for both teams. State tournament coming up next. Peabody winning in convincing fashion 6-3. The star player on the ice tonight, without a doubt, was Sammy Mirasolo. First 3 goals of the game were a hat trick. To my knowledge, her second career hat trick after last year's Carlin Cup matchup as well. Second consecutive game where a Tanner has netted. One of the most prized things in hockey, the hat trick. Jess Roberts scoring 3 goals on Monday in the Carlin Cup. Once again, Peabody wins 6-3. I'm Bernard Parisi with Peabody Access TV. Would like to thank you all for listening. Tune in once again later today at, I believe, 5:15 for live boys ice hockey action here at the McVan O'Keefe rink. And we'll see you then, folks.